Hi everyone, Jill Lancet, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And I just want to talk today about that last chance products sale that's happening at the moment. It's going through till the 2nd of May. That's the next day our brand new annual catalogue will be released. This is the cover of the brand new one. I can't show you inside, but there's a little sneaky peek of some of the really lovely products that are coming out soon. But before that happens, we've got this last chance products sale. And I want to cover this particular suite. Now, it's a suite of products, and it's called the Bloom Where You're Planted. Now, you get the beautiful designer series paper, this gorgeous stamp set, and the coordinating die, and you also get these beautiful paper lattices. Now all of these products, well, the paper and the lattices are retiring. I'm not sure whether you'll still be able to get that as a bundle, but if you buy it as a collection, you're saving money. So you're instantly saving at least 10% on the dies and the stamps. So having had a look at that, we'll go right into this because I'm kind of on the fly today. I've got some things here. I was starting to put it together and I thought, hang on a second, let's film that and we'll make it a card making tutorial. So here are the paper lattices, and they're really beautiful. They're like laser cut. They're very delicate, very thin, and I've already done some die cutting. I will be doing some more die cutting. I've only really stamped one thing. We're going to stamp a greeting on a bit of a scrap, and I've got some bits and pieces here. This beautiful paper here is from the In Good Taste, as is this little scrap here. That's also retiring, and that is, let me think, I can't remember how much that is. I did write that down somewhere. As I said, I'm on the fly here, and yeah, I don't know where. Oh, here it is. Nope, I didn't write that down. I'll have to look it up, or you can look it up. Go to my online store here and just put the item number in. Usually I'm a little bit more prepared, but today not so much. Let me see if I can find it for you. In Good Taste. Here it is here. And the item number is 152494. Now, it's normally $37, but I do believe it's greatly reduced, so you might want to check that out. And that's got 24 sheets of double-sided paper, and it's a very good generic, some generic designs in there, great for backgrounds. If you go to my Pinterest, you'll find I've pinned lots of cards using it's under the heading In Good Taste, so you'll see a variety of cards that have been made with that. Now, the stamp set is this one here, Plentiful Plants, and as I said, we're using 2 stamps out of it, but we are using most of the die, well, a lot of the dies, and the designer series paper for this set, I'm using this particular sheet here and this particular sheet here, and I'm cutting out because Clever Stampin' Up have created the dies to match some of the images on this paper. So you're going to get heaps and heaps of opportunities to use it. So we'll just get started. I want to do all the die cutting first, and then we will assemble it. And I'm just going to pop that over there out of the way so I don't lose it, because this desk is like a black hole. So now these will fit into the little mini, or as I like to call it, Bertha, because yeah, The name of it is just escapes me. I've cut this out of some basic white, so it looks like that beautiful macrame string. I did hand cut one out. Whether I use that, I don't know. We'll see. So we'll pop that over there. We'll pop the die over there. I've already stamped one and cut one out using the Evening Evergreen. And that's this stamp here, this beautiful stamp here. So we're going to cut that out. We'll pop that over there. And I already cut out this pot here, but I just cut it out by hand, and I've just basically cut it straight off. Cut the edges straight off, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, because that one's going to go into the hanging basket. So we'll get our little Bertha out. Here it is here, and we'll put these on. Now it just opens like that. I'm hoping that you can see all of that. And we'll run this one in first. It's not hard, but it's harder when you've got loose paper underneath it. Now they just pop out. Like I use removable tape, and I'll just keep that on that die. So that's cut out there. I always try to keep one plate as a cutting plate and one plate as the top plate, because sometimes this will mark the good side of your cardstock, and you really don't want that. So this is going to go in like this in one piece. Now, as I said, I've used my removable tape on there to keep them all together and to keep them in place as I run them through. So it's good if you can. And the paper was spaced so that you could actually do them all at the same time. So that's those ones. And they literally just, if the tape wasn't holding them, they would be just falling out. So just very carefully remove the tape. Beautiful little pots. And this is good because we struggle with making mail cards, and you know, many men are gardeners, so they would appreciate a card with just sort of plants and things on them. Now that's going to fit in there really well, and we'll have this card done in no time at all. Oops. Okay. Close this up. Sorry if I'm really close, but... And these will just pop out as well. Now, if you're in any doubt of what colours have been used in the Designer Series papers, there's always an information piece that has the size, how many sheets there are in each packet, and the coordinating colours that go with them. So there they all are. They're all popped out now. We'll just pop those to the side. And if you ever get little bits of paper stuck on there, I just use the other plate and just scrape it off. So I think that's all we've got happening there at the moment. Now, I have my... Oh, that looks a bit rough. Now, I'll show you what I do. If I get a little bit of a rough piece there, I just buy these at the cosmetics shop. A couple of dollars. And it's gone. It's done. It's tidy. Okay, so I've cut this piece, and this is in centimetres. And you know what I discovered the other day? I don't know if you can see that up the top there. Let me just make sure you can. Nope, you can't. So I'll just move it down. See, there's a 0 there, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, which is really great if you want to centre something up. So you can see I've got this on 7.5 and this on 7.5. So the 0 is the centre of the card. So if you ever want to mark anything, these grid papers are great. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you about that. I discovered that the other day. Probably been looking at it for God knows how long, but anyway. So I've got my standard little card there. This piece is 14.3 by 10. So that's our panel that's going to go on there. Oops. So I'm actually going to just glue that straight down, and I think by now you've probably seen my little homemade glue holder. It's looking a bit tatty there, but anyway. That's just a blob of blue tack in there, and I just put some foam on the bottom of it. It's to hang your tea towels on. I thought that fits my glue. I'm going to use that. So just putting a bit of glue straight on the back of this. And this design is obviously directional, so if you're making a horizontal card, you'd cut it the other way. So that's on there now. Now I want to put this, but I want to put it right up to the top because I want to create a shelf down the bottom. Now, as I said, it's quite delicate, but all you need is a few drops of glue in these little spaces here. I'm sure that's why they made it like that, so that you could glue that on, and you really only need a little tiny drop. And these are I really love these things, and they're retiring. I wish they weren't, because yeah, they're so nice. So I want to put it up the top. I want to create the same border either side. Okay. And that's down. Now what I did was this is just a strip, and as you see it's double-sided, but I wanted to make it look like it was a shelf. So I'm going to glue that on. First I need to trim it off, and this is what I do, okay? No measuring. Little mark there, you probably can't even see it. Tiny little pencil mark there. I have my little guillotine, Stampin' Up! Guillotine, and I can see the mark there. And if I need to put it in the light, I can still see it. There it is there. Push it up against that. And there we go. So I've got this, and it's meant to look like a rustic shelf. And I want it to go right across there. So I'm actually going to glue that on. I'm going to glue that on now. It's a horrible day in Sydney today. It's been raining since this morning, probably since yesterday. And I heard that the La Nina, El Nino, whichever weather condition it is going to continue till October this year. Just what we need, more water. So now I've got my little garden wall, and that's what it looks like to me, a little garden wall with a trellis. So we've cut everything out, and I'm going to start putting things together. So this little piece, and as I said, I just cut straight up the sides. I did that, fussy cut it with my scissors. So I want it to look like there's a little pot in there, and that was about the only one that would fit. So I'm going to just put some little dots of glue on here. You see 3 little dots, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put that on there like that. Now, it doesn't quite perfectly fit, but that's okay, because I'm going to put some plants hanging down and around it. I just want it to stay, I just want it to stick. Okay, so the first one I'm going to put on is this one, and I want to put it kind of hanging down, and I want to put the other one over the top of it so that it looks like there's more to this plant than meets the eye. So I'm going to glue this piece on like that. Glue it onto there. And then this one I'm going to actually pop up so that it creates a bit of depth. And I'm going to glue that straight on because I've got already want the depth with the dimension with that. But I want to chop that off because I don't want it to be so, I don't want to have it looking like it's missing a hook or something. So it's going on like that. Just a few bits of glue. So it's got to grab the trellis as well as the paper underneath. So I want to line that up like that. And kind of looks good. Nope. Crooked as. Doesn't matter. Just put something heavy on that for the minute. And then this one, we're going to actually pop it up. Maybe have it going in a different direction. So we'll do that now. I've got a couple of dimensionals. Just need a couple. Take your pick. And you can put the little ones, the mini ones, on the bottom. Got some here. Just put one or two on there. Take them off. And we'll just see how we're going to have this go. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I've put it in a different direction so it doesn't just look like it's one straight on top of the other. Now, the other pots that I was going to put on this little shelf were this one here. And I was just going to put this plant here in it. I think they call that mother-in-law's tongue. And where is my other pot? And this pot here with this beautiful plant here. So I'll put those on. And I think I'll glue the plants and raise the pots up to give them a bit of depth. I'll put the pots in place first, and then I can tuck the plants in afterwards. So one there, and one there. Take those off. And we'll pop this one. Now we need to figure out where the plant is going to go. So we want it to go about there. Okay, so we'll pop him on there. Bit of poetic license. And the other one. probably only need 2. Probably 1 there and 1 there. Now this whole collection is on the retiring list. It simply means you won't be able to buy the paper anymore, and you won't be able to buy the lattices either. So we'll put him a little bit further, like he's at the front of the shelf. So he's down here, he's up there. Now we can glue these in place, and we're just about done. So just pop that behind there. And this one here. Just make sure it's in the pot. Yep. And I think that looks pretty nice. Now I was going to stamp the greeting and then fussy cut that out. I'll stamp it and we'll have a look and see whether we end up using it or not. Now I was going to clean that because I don't think I've used this one before. I'm just using the chamois and it's only got water on it and it's clean. It's just badly stained. Okay, so that's clean and dry. Evening Evergreen, again, this seems to be the colour of choice at the moment. I think I've used this the last few times. But it coordinates so beautifully with everything, so why wouldn't you use it? Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp, it's a good idea to have some sort of a foam or soft mat behind that. Now, it doesn't have to be straight because we're going to fussy cut it out. So I kind of wanted it down. Don't want to waste too much cardstock. I'm just giving that a couple of seconds to connect. Oh, and it's stuck, so we'll do it again. Yeah, wasn't happy with that. So it's only paper. Do it again. Right, I think I'm over the head. Right. That's better. Now, I just wanted to fussy cut around that, and I still have not found my Stampin' Up snips. So I'm just going to have to use these. They're not as good. But, yeah. So you just want to wiggle. And the trick of it is wiggle the paper, not the scissors. Although you do move your scissors a little bit. But I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So you just want to do smooth little movements, and we can flatten that out later. So don't worry if it looks a bit bumpy or anything. We're just going to flatten that out. And then we can go across here and around the Y. I mean, if you hate fussy cutting, just cut it straight. But I just thought, just for a change, I'd do a bit of fussy cutting. And, like, it really does not have to be perfect. Really doesn't. Trust me, I know, because this is far from perfect. I'll show you a little trick that I do when I'm finished doing stuff like this, because it sort of curls the edges up just a little bit, you know, where the scissors have turned and where you might have been holding it. So I tend to just use my bone folder and just give it a rub over, and I'll show you what I mean. So I usually turn it face down and very gently just give it a bit of a good rub, and it tends to smooth those rough edges around. So there we go. I'm just going to pop that up as well, I think. Pop it up. Yeah, we'll pop it up. And I think we're only going to need little ones, mini ones. So let's see, we'll put one there. We'll put one there. One in the middle. Oh, it should be plenty. Right. Maybe one there. Maybe a little bit of this edge. See, I just cut that little piece off. Here we go. Now we'll take this off. Oops. Nobody wants to hear oops when they're in the middle of doing something. I think all this dampness is getting to everything. And I'll just pop that up here. I might even poke that in between that one and that one, just so that it looks part of it all. And so there's a little unisex card, I want to say. So have a look at that suite. The papers are really, really lovely. There's lots of other designs as well. These are the two that I've used. I've used this for the plants, this for the... no, I didn't use that one, did I? No. That's for that one. That was for that one. Sorry. Still discombobulated. The others were from this piece. So plants from there, pots from here. The background is from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And it's got lots of stone and beautiful textures, and of course the wood grain. So I've used this as the background, this as the shelf. That's from the Good Taste, but the rest of the papers in this, it's got some backgrounds on the back of them. So yeah, you can choose whichever ones you wish. But there's some beautiful papers in there. This one here just makes a beautiful card by itself. If you cut that, if you just cut that down in half this way and then into thirds, you've got 6 card fronts. So that's a really beautiful one. You really don't have to add too much to that at all. So if you're interested in that, it will be gone forever by the 2nd of May. You will still be able to get the stamp set and the die set. The stamp set will create those beautiful plants and the pots as well, and the dies will cut them out. But if you're going to want to make some quick cards, I mean, how long did that take? Didn't take very long at all. And use up some of that beautiful paper. And of course we can put an insert in. I haven't done that today, but I hope you like that. So if you have a look on my inline store, I think it's under the Last Chance products list. You can use this host code. If your order is under $250, you can use this up until the 30th. What's today? Today is the 28th. It's the 28th today, so you've got 2 more days to use that host code. If your order is over $250, you don't need to use that. You will be asked to add additional free products to your order as a reward for spending $250. But there are many, many things you can do with this suite of products, and I'm going to miss that trellis. I just think that's lovely. So do have a look at all of the items that are on that last chance product list. There's many items there that are going, and once they're gone, they're gone. Some items have already gone, but if you have a look there, you'll see this beautiful suite of products. Anyway, having said all of that, we've just made a quick card, and I think it's pretty nice. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this miserable wet day in Sydney, and I wish you all happy crafting, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.